Hi guys, this is Brad Lincoln from Pathway to Oz, and today I've got a bit of a different video for you. I'm trying to provide you guys with a bit of an accurate and honest update of what's going on in Australia with COVID, some updates in relation to the border, and just, give you a bit of an insight into what's going on over here, how things are progressing, because people are wanting to know. I know I get emailed and asked about it all the time, so this is not just for our clients, but for our followers as well, to give you a bit of an idea of what's going on in Australia. I'm gonna let you know. So here we go. So first of all, guys, first thing I want to touch on is visas. Okay, so visas, and I can't stress this enough, visas are still processing. Enrollments to schools are still processing. And anyone who's pretty switched on, in my opinion, are still getting all their enrollments and their visa applications done and lodged. And I think this is such an important thing to do, because when the government does make the announcement of when the borders will completely and fully open to international students, someone who's got their visa already granted and already enrolled in a course are going to be the first ones who can enter the country. It's really a no-brainer. To give you a bit of an idea, like from my point of view, the moment the government makes this announcement of the borders being open to international students, the influx of enrollments, the influx of student visa applications that are going to come in are going to be phenomenal. Okay, so with that, it's going to be long processing times, spots for courses are going to fill up extremely quickly. And as you know, if you followed some of our other videos, some courses only have an intake once a year or once every 6 months. Not every course is available to enroll in every single month. So if coming to Australia is your goal and you want to do your study, just my piece of advice to you, I can't stress this enough, get your applications in, get your visa applications started, because you're going to be the first one on the boat or on the plane when they do open the borders and say you're more than welcome to come. And you can make your plan, you know what I mean? If you're planning to come out in July 2021, if you're planning to come out in December 2021, anywhere in between, get that plan underway now. So that way, when they do make the announcement, you can enter the country. If your visa is granted, you can enter the country. Okay, so that's just one thing I really wanted to get across to you guys, because a lot of people don't seem to understand that visas are still processing, schools are still accepting enrollments, but a very important thing for you to understand, so you can keep working towards your plan and keep chasing that dream of getting out to Australia. Okay, second one, to give you a bit of an idea, another question I'm getting asked a lot at the moment is what is happening with COVID in Australia. Obviously, it's such a big thing all over the world. This year, you may as well write it off. It hasn't been the best year for everyone involved. But in Australia, we've dealt with it pretty well, in my opinion. There was a pretty big spike around March-ish, those type of times, and there was a lot of lockdown procedures and things like that. But Australia is almost completely out of all of those lockdowns. And where we are at Pathway to Oz in Queensland, to be honest, we were never really affected by it at all. We had a couple of weeks there where restaurants and pubs were closed and were limited, but it really didn't last that long at all. Just to give you a bit of insight with some actual statistics, so you can compare what's happened and what is currently going on in Australia to the rest of the world, I really think you're going to see how well Australia has handled this, which is a great thing, because it means we're going to be the first ones back to normal. We're going to be the first ones ready to take students back, people to migrate, and hopefully tourists and working holiday makers as well. We just need the rest of the world to catch up a little bit. But to give you an idea, Australia has had a total of 27,725 cases since January, with only 907 fatalities. And you compare that to some of the numbers that are coming out of Europe and America, there's no comparison. Literally no comparison whatsoever. Australia has only had 14 diagnosed cases in the last week, which is official of the 15th of November 2020, which 15 people, that's it. So very, very low numbers. And since January, Australia has conducted over 9 million COVID tests, and only less than 1% of those have come back positive. So guys, I hope this gives you just a bit of an insight into what's going on here currently. There's a lot of stuff in the media and there's a lot of stuff that gets said, and a lot of the good things tend to fall by the wayside. So I just want to try and show you that there is a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Things are progressing and things here are going really, really well, which only can mean that in the future, restrictions are going to relax and things are going to go back to normal. So it's important to start thinking about your future plan and start making your preparations. More positive moves forward that I think are really important for you guys to know about. So the Australian government has recently announced a travel bubble with New Zealand. So this is really cool. New Zealanders can enter the country, come over here on holiday. We've got a lot of clients, potential students who were based in New Zealand, who can now come over to Australia and start their study in January. Whenever. They can actually enter the country now and start the study. Yeah, guys, I hope this has made you feel a bit more safer and a bit happier, that there is some actual good news coming out of somewhere. And as always, if you are looking to get some more information on studying in Australia, migrating to Australia, never hesitate to contact the team at Pathway to Oz via phone, Facebook, website, or Instagram. Thanks.